All right, guys, welcome to day 14. Yesterday, you committed to creating a reservoir. Today, I'm going to teach you how to fund it. A lot of people have problems saving. There's never any money left after all the bills are paid. And that's totally true. There never is. The whole nature of money is that there's never anything left. You spend it until it's depleted. Because there is always something fun to spend money on. There's always something out there that is more fun than just money sitting in your bank account. So most people spend everything that they earn. The trick is to pay yourself first, and a lot of people talk about this, and so do I, because it's the only way to save money. Paying yourself first means that you put aside a certain amount of your money every time you earn it, and you say to yourself, this part of my money is mine to keep forever. I earned it, and it's not going to go into anybody else's hands. This is my money. And you take that money and you put it just a little bit outside of your reach into your reservoir or into another investment, depending on where you are, depending on what your goals are. There is a certain amount of money that is yours to keep forever. Rich people know this, and they make sure that they pay themselves first. They pay themselves before they pay their rent, before they pay their car payment, before they pay for their food or their education, before they buy clothing for themselves or anything that they actually want or like. The very first thing they do is they pay their future self by giving their future self money. Pay yourself first. Katharina and I pay ourselves first, and then in the middle, and then at the end. So we use a credit card for all of our incidental bills. Everything goes on the credit card. And every time we spend money on the credit card, we transfer money from savings or from checking over into savings to remind ourselves that that money is not to be spent. And every time I do it, I always transfer just a little bit of money, a little bit more. So if we spend $25 on the credit card, I'll send 28 over there, so that we can pay the bill in full every month. I pay myself at the beginning, and I pay myself as I purchase stuff, because if I'm willing to spend $25 on something or other that I'm probably going to forget about in 6 months, why am I not willing to spend $3 on my future? Of course I am, so I do, and it's effortless. And then at the end of the month, if there's any money whatsoever left in our checking account, I put all that into savings, and I transfer the amount out to pay the credit card bill. So I pay myself first, beginning, and end. But I'm telling you, if you're just trying to pay yourself from what's left at the end of the month, there is never anything left at the end of the month. If you've been having issues with saving because of that, that's why. And I am not a proponent of just trying to put away a set percentage of your income. I think that anything that you put away is better than nothing. And you will find as you track it and as the amount starts to grow that you become more and more bold about how much you're putting away. So I started with $25 a month way back when I was about 20 years old or so. I started with 20 bucks a month for me, and I was in debt at this time. So not only did I have the burden of credit cards to pay off, I also had an additional bill that I made for myself. But you know what? As soon as I put $20 away and I saw that my savings account was growing and that I didn't have to be completely afraid anymore of losing my job or of a little emergency coming up, I started to get a lot more creative, and I started to earn a lot more money. I remember going from a $10 an hour job to a $15 an hour job about within 3 months of doing that. It was just an insane jump for me at the time. And of course, it just caused me to throw more money into savings and throw more money at my debt. But I paid myself before I paid my credit cards, even though my credit cards were at like 29.99% because I was a kid with really crappy credit. I paid me first, even though it wasn't mathematically the best thing to do. I paid me first. And when you pay you first, you will find, just like I did, that it is very easy to accumulate money. You just have to believe that you are more important than your creditors, and that you are more important than the little luxury thing that you want, whatever impulse buy. Pay yourself first, and if you get bold and fancy about it. Every time you spend money on something, earmark a little bit of that money and dump it off into your reservoir. All right? So, pay yourself first. That's the whole lesson today. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.